Well then folks, here we are again. This is my other bike. One of the things you may notice about it, or the main thing you may notice about it, it's not a Harley. What I hear you say? That's because it's just not a Harley, it's a Triumph. A wonderful British make, well, British owned make, that I actually really rather like. And yeah, it's a very comfortable sort of, well, I bought it as a number 2 bike, but I confess to you, it's like an equal number 1 bike now. That's the truth. We've run through a few details on it. I mean, when I bought this, how long ago? A year ago, 14 months ago, it had 3,900 miles on the clock. It's got about 10,500 now. So although it's 10 years old, the same year as the Harley, it's actually substantially less miley. And I bought it to do some more miles, and you know, it's comfortable and you can do stuff with it. If I tell you a bit about it, I suppose, I mean, it comes with a full luggage on the back, which it hasn't got now because it's fucking ugly, but it is useful. Top box on here, side panniers, all hard luggage. The top box is big enough to get loads of stuff in it, a crash helmet, you know, whatever. I actually got a slab of 250 shotgun shells in the top box not so long ago. It did affect the handling a little bit, I must be honest. It's unsprung weight, all that back there. Unsprung weight, if you want to know, is any weight that's over between the 2 axles. So anything ahead or behind the 2 axles is unsprung weight. Okay, and that's what it is. So it was pulling the bike somewhat, but it did go in there. It did. It's the XC model, so it's got the spokes on it and the thinner tyres, which are supposed to be for, you know, kind of off-road bias, but this bike's never been off-road, and I very much doubt whether I will either. But it's useful as a, you know, a touring bike, and I like the look of the spokes personally. So there you go. It's fitted with an Arrow exhaust, which is very quiet, but I don't mind that. It's not really that bike making a brow, is it? They're 650 quid for that exhaust, so I'm keeping it on for the time being. It looks posh. Seats are both gel seats, really comfy, super comfy, and the front one is heated as well, would you believe? Which is madness because it's so hot it burns your arse in no time. Like, just, I don't know, a bit of a gimmick really, but it's there, it's a thing. Suspension, fully adjustable top and bottom, preload, everything very good. It's all on hardest all the time. The engine's very good, 3-cylinder. It's 137 horsepower claimed, I think, and about 90 foot-pound of torque. So that's about 50 horsepower more than the Harley, and a similar figure of torque to the Harley as well. So that's quite impressive. Single-sided swing arm, as you probably noticed, they all have that, and it's a shaft drive. So I say minimal maintenance, but no maintenance really is the answer there. Brakes are very good. Nissan brakes that are got Triumph written on them, but the Nissan brakes. Screen's adjustable, but still noisy however you do it. I've never had a bike with a, I have had one other bike with a screen, a few other bikes, I'm telling lies. I've had a few bikes with screens, but it's not the Harley. It's not. This one's fitted with the crash bars as well, which may or may not be useful one day, who knows. There's the switch there for the heated seat. Petrol tank does about 200 miles. About 200 miles before it runs out, which is plenty. About the same as the Harley again, really. Standard equipment on with this when it was sold. Spotlights, heated grips, cruise control, and on here it has a gear indicator and the usual stuff, you know. Power outlet here for your phone, your sat nav. I really like it. I'm actually bizarrely fond of it. I know it's not a Harley, I know it's not kind of that style, but I like all motorbikes, and I do enjoy riding this. This is the one that's going to take us to the Pyrenees in a couple of months, all things being equal, and I'm really looking forward to it, I must say. Well, there we go. I'm going to go for a ride. Talk chat in a moment. And there then, by the miracles of modern technology, here I am sitting in a traffic jam. Well, it's not really a traffic jam, is it? It's only two cars in front of me. But yeah, there's traffic lights. Do I bother to go around there? Probably not. Can't be very long, can it? Anyway, we'll just have a little ride round the block on this now. Just had a new air filter put in it. You wouldn't believe the aggravation just to put an air filter in one of these bikes. This is the downside of this bike compared to the Harley. Some things are a bit of a ball ache, you know, like the tank's got to come off to change the air filter. The valve clearances need to be done every 20,000, so they'll be done in a year or so if I've still got it. That's a massive job. There's so much dismantling to do, it's ridiculous, you know. On the Harley, of course, you don't have to do the valve clearances because the valves are adjusted by oil pressure, like they are in a lot of modern cars. I think you can get away with that because they rev quite low. I don't know whether you could get away with it if they rev to 10,000 RPM. I don't know. But yeah, so that's a downside of a more modern type of bike like this. All the stuff needs to be maintained, and I must admit, I don't even own a garage. Bloody hell, mate, make an effort. I don't even own a garage, you know, so it's difficult for me to do something like valve clearances. I do all the servicing on the Harley because you can do it pretty bloody quickly, to be honest. All the oils, adjust the clutch, you know, change the fork oil, you know, all that stuff. It's not really that bad. But taking the petrol tank, airbox, fuel injection stuff, rocker cover on this just to get to the valve clearance, just to check them to find out that they're perfectly alright, which they always bloody are. That's a bit of a ball ache, really. I'll probably get someone else to do it. Especially as doing it in your front garden is hard work, right? Having said all that, the riding position on this bike, whilst completely different to the Harley, is very comfortable as it goes. And it handles okay, handles good, handles better than, well, most things do, but it handles better than the Fat Boy. I'm riding along now trying to go as slow as possible, you know. Especially as I just lost 6 points off my licence and I'm back to having a clean licence again, and I really, really want to keep it that way. But just to let you know, this bike does go. It really does. That's a nice car, isn't it? I wasn't really going to do a long video riding this bike because I've done them before, but it just felt like it was a good idea, you know, to conclude the description of the bike. Tell you another bad thing about this: the wind noise over 50 mile an hour is quite, it doesn't buffet my head or anything. I've read some people it does, but it's quite blowy, quite noisy, more than not having a fairing at all or a screen at all. Which, if you think about it, is a mistake, because it obviously means that, go on mate, it obviously means that they haven't designed it properly. It's a nice little road. I don't often go up, I must admit. And it's a lovely afternoon, isn't it? It was really cold this morning and now it's really pretty hot. If I check the temperature, yeah, it's still 20.5 degrees. And it's now, what, 6:30 at night. Oh, hello. Let's go back towards Hawley then. That looks exciting, doesn't it? As you can hear, there isn't a lot of sound from the Arrow exhaust. It does, if you wind it up a bit, it does have a little bit of a burst, but nothing very, very loud. But as I said before, it's not really that bike, is it? I could make it into that bike. I could put a loud exhaust on it and paint it in bloody camouflage colours or something, but it's not what I want to do at the moment. I just want to ride the bike and go places on it, and keep the Harley for special times, special rides out, you know, and just keep it nice, which I've endeavoured to do since I owned the bloody thing, and I've been reasonably successful considering it lives outside in a tent. I think this one spent its life in a heated garage. I do have more videos planned. Where are you going, you nutter? So I'm going to sign off for now as I come back to the main road. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you in the next video.